Hey, welcome to Let's Talk Podcast. So today I have a guest. I'm super excited about my guest because it's my best friend. Um, I gotta tell the story because I love it so much. I've been best friends with her since ninth grade. She was the first person that speak to me when I came to ninth grade, and I've been her friend ever since. So meet my best friend.
Hi, I'm Keonia. Yeah, I'm the best friend.
So on this episode, we're gonna be talking about postpartum depression. I know this is like a topic that people really don't talk about, but I feel like it's something that we need to talk about.
Yes.
And my best friend has two kids. She experienced, well, you could tell your business. I'm telling all your business. With what child did you experience?
My second.
Okay.
My first one was so peaceful. When I tell you, I always say God tricked me because he gave me the best pregnancy, the best delivery, the best raising her up. My first child. Now, my second pregnancy, girl, I was in pain every day. I had high blood pressure.
Okay.
I actually had to get induced with him.
Okay.
Because I couldn't control my high blood pressure no matter what I did. I even stopped eating salt, no chips, no nothing. I changed my diet and everything. I still couldn't control my blood pressure. So I had to get induced. I got induced at 37 weeks.
Okay.
And when he came out, he was only 4 pounds and 12 ounces. So that automatically put me in panic mode because, if your child don't pass this car seat test, your child can't go home with you. Yeah, so I was always scared that he was too small. Like, he was tiny. Like, I hold my baby like this. So I didn't think I had depression until, I want to say, 3 months of being home with him. And how I realized I had postpartum is because my mom said I had it.
Okay.
Because I couldn't grasp of taking care of a newborn. Like, I was always angry. I was always frustrated. It's like I couldn't figure out what he needed and what he wanted.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, one time I left him in his crib and went in the bathroom and got in the shower with all my clothes on and stayed in there and wouldn't let it come out. Like, my brother was banging on the door like you gotta come out and get your son. And I'm looking like, he crying, I can't, there's nothing I could do. I'm freaking out. Like, it was just too much. And when I say a lot, it's like you doubt yourself. You think you a bad mom. You feel like nothing you do is enough. And then now on top of me having a newborn, I have a 7-year-old. So it's like, I feel like I wasn't active in her life. Like, it was all about this little boy. Yeah. It's like, what about my daughter? So I feel like I was not being a good mom to her. So that put me in a deeper depression. Then the crazy hours I'm up, sometimes I'm up to 5 o'clock in the morning with him because he just wouldn't stop crying. I'm up in the hallway, rocking him, patting his back. Everything, it just would not work. And I cried all the time. I stayed away from people all the time. You couldn't reach me for months.
Yes.
You couldn't reach me for months. I just stayed away from everybody because I was just angry. Like, I felt like everybody was looking at me as a bad mom. And even though people wasn't saying you're a bad mom, I felt like I was. I felt like I wasn't doing nothing right. Mm-hmm. And then I breastfed. And trying to breastfeed, it wasn't working. I felt like he wasn't getting enough. Then when he came home, he was 4 pounds. But when I took him to the hospital, now he's 3 pounds. So now I'm losing my mind again.
Yeah,
hold up, he losing weight, but he not gaining weight. But I'm breastfeeding, and then that's when I found out my son had a problem holding his sugar. Like, his sugar kept dropping.
Yeah,
and I couldn't figure why his sugar kept dropping. And I tell you, going through postpartum depression is a lot, and sometimes you don't even know that you're going through it. And you really need friends and family around you to help you support you through the situation, because I know with some days I did not want to wake up. Like, I told my mom, listen, one day you gonna wake up and you gonna have both of my kids and I ain't gonna be here. And y'all gonna be looking for me because I'm leaving. Like, it was...
Dang, just saw your kids on Mom Dukes like that.
Listen, it was plain days. I really thought about packing up all my stuff, leaving my kids with my mom and leaving. I feel like they was better off without me. Yeah, I did.
Really?
I really did. I really felt like I was doing my kids a favor by just leaving.
Because you couldn't.
Because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was all over the place. Like, I wasn't happy. Everything was just like, it's not working. Then I lost my job on top of that. So I'm looking like, yeah, this is not, I shouldn't have had another kid. I should have just spent one kid.
So you had regrets.
I did have regrets. I did. When I first had my son, I had regrets. I want to say the first 6-7 months of his life, I had regrets. I did. I didn't think I said I should have really thought this through. And my son was playing.
Yes.
He was playing. He was. I thought I was ready because like my daughter kept asking, oh, Mom, you should have another baby. I want a brother or sister.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the only child and this and that, third. And I really thought I was ready because I'm telling you, my daughter made my life easier.
Yes. So
in my eyes.
Like, you just gave,
she was independent.
You just gave birth to angels. That's what you thought.
Listen, because I was always told your worst pregnancy is always your first pregnancy.
Yeah,
I was always told that. Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. All them old people that tell you that is lying in your face. I'm telling you, I told my grandma she shouldn't tell nobody else that because that's a lie. I'm telling you, they always say your first pregnancy is your worst pregnancy. That's a goddamn lie. Because my first pregnancy went perfect. My second pregnancy gave me, I'm going to tell you, I was in the hospital. I went to the hospital every month. I was pregnant.
What?
The first 3 months I was pregnant, I kept getting a period. Like a real bad one. Like I kept bleeding heavy. I remember one time I was 2 months pregnant. I'm in a car with my mom. I just dropped her to the hospital. And all I know, I had on gray shorts. And I'm sitting in the car, and all I know, I felt this gush in between my legs, and it was all blood. I had to rush to the hospital, everything. I thought I was losing my child, everything. The whole time they said it was a period. I said, so I'm still getting a period while I'm pregnant?
But I did hear that you can't get a period.
I heard it, but I never experienced it. It's not common. Yeah, and how much blood it was. I was bleeding more than I bleed on a period.
Oh, no. And they said that was normal?
They said it was a normal period. I got my hormones checked. They did the blood test. They checked on my baby and everything. Everything was normal. It's just that I was bleeding. For the first 3 months of my pregnancy, I bleed every month for 7 days. Heavy. To the point, every time I start bleeding, I ran to the hospital. Girl, I was scared.
Yeah, because when you think of blood, you really legit just think you losing your baby.
Girl, I thought I was having a miscarriage in the parking lot waiting for my mom to come out the doctor's office. I left her.
I mean, yeah, because
I called mom. I was like, bye, I go to the hospital. She was like, go. I said, I'm leaving you. I pulled off and left her in the doctor's office. And I drove 4 blocks to go to Jefferson Hospital. Because I thought I was losing my baby. I'm telling you. I think I was depressed I'm going to be honest, when I think back, and that's because I got the help that I need. I think I got depressed when I was 5 months pregnant.
Okay.
Because when I was 5 months pregnant, I tried to like get everything in order. And it felt like my own life wasn't in order when I was 5 months pregnant. Like, a lot of things started going bad for me when I was 5 months pregnant. Like, I lost my job at the nursing home because they said they couldn't no longer hire me because I was pregnant. I was a threat, just in case, because like we deal with dementia people. Yeah. Dementia, they could hit me. Yeah. So they straight. Soon as I got big, they was like, oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, because they cared about your safety.
Now I'm like, I ain't got an income. And then I'm looking at my daughter, and then I'm pregnant. What I'm going to do? But my daughter did make that real easy for me because she's like, Mom, we can go without a lot of things. Like, I don't got to have a toy every week. You don't got to take me to, to somewhere every month. So I'm not going to lie, my daughter made it easy for me. But I really did not know I was going to go that route. I didn't think I was going to be depressed. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake for me because I feel as though everything is a piece of cake to me. I I'll be honest. I really do. I feel like everything is a piece of cake to me. You can give me anything, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not gonna stop until I figure it out. But I don't get depressed about it. But to get depressed about a kid, oh God, that was the worst. That was the worst. I don't wish that on nobody, because you really beat yourself down. Like, you beat yourself down to nothing. You can hear all the praise in the world. You can hear your best friend, your mom, your brother, your cousin telling you this best person in the world. But because you're so depressed, all you hear is the voices telling you that you're the worst person in the world. You're the worst mom in the world. You're not doing this right. You're not doing that right. And it eats you up. It eats you up. Now, I like going through that, I see why people commit suicide when they go through that. Because if you don't get the right help that you need, you feel alone. I'm just happy that I have a mom that is a therapist, that seen what I was going through, that say, oh, honey, if I think you need help. Mm-hmm. She like, I can't diagnose you, but I know somebody that can see you, you know, but like, so I'm kind of happy I had my mom in my corner, because I feel as though if I didn't have my mom in my corner, I think I would went farther down than what I did. Because I wasn't getting up out of bed, Katina. And I tell you, I wasn't getting out of bed. My daughter was feeding herself. My daughter was getting up making her own cereal, her own sandwiches. And she's only 7, 8. Getting up making her own food because I couldn't do it. My daughter learned how to work DoorDash. No, seriously. She learned how to work DoorDash because I didn't have the mental to get up and feed my child. I ain't had the grasp of the put my big panties on and do what I need to do, because I was just like, I feel like everything I did was wrong. And when people going through that, they need support systems. And that's why I feel bad for people that don't have support systems. I'm telling y'all, get a support system. It really take a village to raise a child. I'm telling you, if I didn't have my village, I don't know where my kids be. They probably took my DHS probably would took my kids away from me. No, seriously, if I didn't have a village, I think DHS would have took my kids away, because that's how unevolved I was. That's how I was just. I would, even if I go out in the backyard, I would go in the backyard, leave my kids in the room. As long as he was in his car seat or in some type of protective, and my daughter was right there, I left. I'd go in the backyard, be in the backyard for 2 hours.
What?
I'm dead serious. I would go in the backyard and just sit in the backyard for 2 hours just to get away from my kids. And it was bad that I was a parent that didn't want to be around her kids.
Yeah.
That's
well, a lot of these questions I wanted to ask, you already asked. But this one specific question I do want to ask.
What?
So, before you had postpartum depression, were you ever depressed before? Or this was the first time you ever experienced depression?
No, it's not the first time I experienced depression.
Okay.
The first time I experienced depression was right after my grandmother died.
Okay.
Right before I had my first child. My grandma, she was like the apple of my eye.
I know.
My everything. You know?
I know.
She like, people like, yeah, I got a mom, but that's my mom.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no, my mom, I love my mom to death. I know my mom loved me to death, but that was my mom. That's because my mom had me at young. Yes. My mom had me at 15. So while my mom was in school, and because my grandma didn't play, she was going to finish high school and she was going to college, and you was going to do everything you need to do. I'm here to help. Yeah. So I grew up with being around my grandma a lot. And because my mom was always in school. And my mom, I tell you, my mom goes to school to this day, okay? She's a career student.
Yeah, I know.
So when my grandma passed away, it hit me really, really hard. Like, that was the first death that actually, I watched people die. I done been around people's deaths, all that. But when my grandma died, it just took a piece of me. Like, I felt like I ain't have nobody. Like, and no matter, I had my family and I had my mom, but I just feel like I ain't have nobody. And I went into a deep depression. I became an alcoholic. I was partying all the time. I started using drugs, and I was just out there acting wild, fighting, getting arrested, all that. Yeah. Just acting crazy.
You definitely was a wild child.
And the only how I got out that depression was my daughter. I got pregnant. I found out. I went out to a party. I got drunk as hell. Came home and threw up everywhere. I took a perk that day, actually, a perk 5. I did. Listen, I did. I was like was what, 22 years old. I took a perk. And that was the first time I ever took. I'm trying stuff because I was hanging with Jamaicans. You know, Jamaicans, they into everything.
Yeah.
So I did.
For sure.
Listen, I'm telling you, I did. I took a perk and I took 2 shots of Ciroc and I threw up everywhere. Like when I tell you everywhere, I threw up. Like I didn't even make it out my sister's car. I threw up all in her car and everything. Got real sick and my mom was just like, I think you pregnant. I think you pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't say it. Don't put that on me. I don't even like kids. Like, because I didn't like kids at the time.
I know you didn't like kids.
You know me. I said I ain't never had no kids.
Yep.
I was like, no, I'm not. Don't put that on me. I'm living my best life. Girl, bye. Like, and I ain't gonna lie. I snuck and got a pregnancy test from Rite Aid.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I took it and it came back positive and I ain't believe it. So I made me an appointment. I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but it came out positive. I just want to make sure because I was told all my life I couldn't have kids.
Yeah.
The doctors told me my uterus is tilted too far back. You're not gonna ever. I'm not gonna be able to carry them. So I'm thinking if I get pregnant, I'm gonna have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I can. Listen, that was the worst day ever. I went to the doctors. They drew my blood. That lady went to say, "Oh, congratulations, you pregnant." And then when she said I was 10 weeks pregnant. I said, 10 weeks? That's a whole 2 months. Wait. I was pregnant for 2 months before I found out, girl. I was 10 weeks pregnant when I found out I was pregnant with my first child.
So another question. This is my last question because all the questions you didn't specifically answer, you know, by you talking,
yeah.
which kind of makes it easier for me, and I kind of, you know,
listen, I just keep it real. Depression, that's listen, I laugh about it now. And that's because I got the help. I still go to therapy to this day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I still go to therapy. I still check in. I still, you know, I talk to people more. I don't hold my feelings in like I used to back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm having a problem, if I think I need somebody to help me with it, you know, I'll call you. I'll call you 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
And we up on the phone for hours.
Listen, you know, I'll call it. And I ask for help now. I think now that I'm older, I ask for help now. I ask. Like,
you know, like
I don't try to do it by myself no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think at first I was trying to do it by myself because
thinking you had all the answers to the questions and didn't even know.
Girl, you don't know shit. I don't care how long you've been going through depression. You don't know shit, okay? Because everybody, depression is different.
Yeah, I suffer from
so
depression.
I can tell you what you need. I can tell you what you need from what I did, but you might not need it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, the question I wanted to ask you was, when you were dealing with postpartum depression, did you lose your hair?
All of it. As you see, it's short right now. All of it. All of it. I used to wake up to my hair chunks on my pillow. If I had a bonnet again, I took my bonnet off. I had chunks in my bonnet. Listen, I'm still losing my hair to this day.
What?
You know, my hair is so short. Continue. When have you ever seen my hair this short?
Yeah, no.
You know, I always had long hair.
Yes,
girl.
Yes.
I had pretty long hair the whole pregnancy. Soon I had my son, all my hair fell out. All of it. And I tell you, my hair, my son is 2 now. My hair haven't been past my shoulders for 2 years.
What?
I can't even get my hair to grow back. Like, my texture of my hair changed. Yeah, the texture of my hair changed. It don't grow the same. It's done. That's why like it's done. That's why I try to keep it braided.
Yeah, keep it.
Try to keep it styled, but
so you want to have more kids?
Yeah, I do.
So you think if you was to have more kids, you would go through postpartum depression again?
I don't know, but if I do, it still won't. It won't scare me though. I think because I'm a type of person. If I can overcome it once, then I think I can overcome it.
That's true. Again. That's true. I definitely believe.
And with the village that I have, and my therapist, hey therapy, listen 3 times a week. I got an appointment with her on Monday. Hey girl, listen with therapy in the village that I have, I think I can go through it again.
Okay.
Me losing my hair don't really matter to me. You know me. Okay. You know how I am.
Yeah.
Losing my hair, the only thing I don't like about it is the weight that you gain. I'm still trying to lose weight. It's the weight you gain because you're so depressed, so you just pack it on. And then I'm emotion eater. So when I get depressed and all that, I eat a lot.
When I'm depressed, I can't eat.
Oh no, I eat.
Yeah, I can't
But I
eat it
eat
all.
more like cakes and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
like
it's-
snacks and
Yeah, it's no
stuff.
healthy stuff. It's all like I would sit there and go to Save a Lot, and you know how they be having them 7-Up cakes. I would buy
Yes.
a whole one and just eat it.
What?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
that. Yeah, depression do you bad, but I still would have kids. I still want more kids.
Even after you said growing up, I don't want no kids.
Listen,
I don't.
let me tell you
just can't.
something. My daughter changed everything for me when it came to not want to have kids and want to have kids. My daughter was such a inspiration to me. Like, she changed my whole look on the world.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
And by her changing the whole look on the world, and now that I got my son, it's like, hey, why not? Shit. Everybody's having all these kids. Why can't I? At least I'm a good mother having kids. I ain't leaving my kids not in the system.
Yeah.
My kids not at grandma's house. Both of my kids live with me. Okay,
Yes.
like I take care of my
you
kids.
One thing I can
So,
vouch and I can say you
I
definitely.
feel as though
a
as long as
hands-on
my
mom.
kids not going in the system, nobody should have a problem with me having kids.
Yeah.
Because I won't have them. I actually want another daughter.
Speaking of daughter, I was gonna bring this up towards the end, which we're gonna wrap this up. My last episode when I was talking about dealing with losing a loved one, in the beginning of the episode, I spoke on my brother and my best friend who was supposed to be my original guest. My best friend, this is the one I was referring to. We lost our baby.
Yes. December the 20th.
At 8. I'm trying not to cry.
Don't cry. It's okay.
So we're going to talk about that at a later date, but this is the best friend I was referring to.
Yeah, I lost my daughter December the 20th at 6:30 at night. 6:30 at night.
Best friend, I'm about to start crying, so I
Don't
think
cry.
we should
Don't
wrap this
cry.
up.
Oh, come on, that's right with that. Don't cry. We can't cry. This has been a good show. We can't
It
cry.
has been good.
We can't
It
cry.
has been good. But
Listen, we cry every day. That's not today cry.
Yeah,
Listen.
I'm like super emotional right
I
now.
know, but
So,
we're going to leave this on a good note because we can't be crybabies.
yeah, so we're going to wrap this up and we're going to discuss, that at a later date. But I just want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and sharing and watching, because I definitely appreciate y'all. And make sure y'all comment below and let me know how y'all feel about this episode. And she will be back at a later date.
Yes, I will.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.